Welcome, Gary.
Thank you, Laura. It's a pleasure to work with you.
Here we go. First point for Paola. So, Gary, any predictions here? We have '1 in the world versus '2. What a way to open up the broadcast of the Pan American Racquetball Championships.
Indeed. Well, no predictions. However, Maria Jose has never beaten Paola.
Good fact to know.
And, of course, the words of her coach, Carlos Quadri, ojalá, I hope.
Nice serve. Now, Maria had quite a match to get here. Yesterday, she played against Jessica Perea, and they went to 3. So that was an exciting way to kind of kick off the event as well.
Yes, first game she did not play well.
Another point for Paola.
She gathered her composure and handled Jessica in games 2 and 3. One thing our viewers can check out here is there are a lot of around the wall balls used in lieu of ceiling balls because of the altitude. Ceiling balls will typically jump off the back wall.
Ooh, that was quite a maneuver from Paola on the fly.
Maria looks like she did in game 1 yesterday. She's a little nervous.
Now, Paola is originally from San Luis Potosí. She lives in Monterrey now, so there's a bit of a crowd on her side here in Mexico. Must be quite something to play in front of your home city and your home state.
Paola's continually pounding drive serves to the backhand side has been very successful. Maria's not able to neutralize that serve.
Nice return from Maria for the side out. Both of these players have felt the pressure before, being #1 and #2. A lot of Pan American Championships under their belts. We'll get into those details in a few minutes.
Sure. Now, neither of them are strangers to the world stage. That being said, nerves are something we can't control at times.
They'll always be there. Paola won her first U.S. Open when she was 18 years old, and she's currently 26. She was the youngest player to win that event and the first Mexican to win the U.S. Open. Yeah, Maria definitely looking a little frustrated.
We're playing Pan American rules, IRF rules. There's a 10-second requirement to put the ball in play. And I'm confident that Paola abused that rule right there. It's up to the officials to make that call, Laura.
Yeah, that's got to be tough. I know it's a bit of a strategy, I'm sure, when you're a player, too, to kind of control that momentum in the game. Nice ace serve from Paola. And a kill from Paola for another point.
Paola was over here practicing yesterday, or actually 2 days ago on the day off with her brother, who's a world junior champ.
That's right, her brother Christian Longoria.
We don't have lines people, so there's no appeal allowed.
And there is a one serve rule in the IRF rules, correct?
That's correct. It's likely to change in September. Maria Jose finally controlled the point, was able to earn it.
She got no love from the crowd on that one.
No,
It's got to be a little tough playing against Mexico in Mexico.
Yet she's from Bolivia, and the crowds in Bolivia are probably even more vocal than Mexican.
So she gets her fair share of affection too.
Yes.
2 serving 6.
So what she did there was she hit a half lob along the glass on the right side. It's difficult to visually pick it up at times. She got the return of serve she wanted, but she wasn't able to put it away.
It's tough. It is looking a little bit like yesterday. She's pretty frustrated. Maria's pretty frustrated in game 1. See if she can shake that off. Anything can happen. It's still very early. Pretty jammed up. There's a point for Paola, and it looks like a timeout for Maria Vargas. We'll be right back with more live from San Luis Potosi for the 29th Pan American Racquetball Championships. We're back live in the women's quarterfinal between Paola Longoria, representing for Mexico with 8 points, against Maria Jose Vargas with 2 points from Argentina. I'm Laura McCormick, and Gary Masimov is joining me on the mic today.
One of the few errant shots by Paola. She had a setup to earn 0.9 and gave an opening to Maria Jose. Great touch. Great touch. Had the wherewithal to just drop that ball with her backhand along the right side wall.
Yeah, and it's always tough playing against that glass. There is a nice crowd filling out the stands here, and so it makes it tricky to see that green ball, especially with the AstroTurf.
So thus far, Laura, Paola's been pounding drive serves to the backhand side. Most of them have been successful. Maria Jose, when she's had the opportunities, has not cashed in. Let's see if she can put some momentum together here.
Yeah, I feel like that corner is really giving Maria some trouble, and Paola is capitalizing on that.
Yeah, that was a textbook pass down the right side. Second bounce, 36, 37 feet away from the front wall. Little different touch there. She went cross court, and Paola was looking for a down the left side return.
Aggressive return from Paola. She's going to go ahead and take a timeout. We'll be right back with more of the 29th Pan American Racquetball Championships in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. And we're back live, where we have Paola Longoria calling that timeout, stepping back into the service box and controlling this match.
Maria is raising her racket, which means she's not ready. Both server and receiver have up to 10 seconds to be ready.
Nice serve. Jamming at Paola.
There's an example.
Fortunate
Unforced
skip.
error.
Yeah.
You're not going to beat Paola by making a ton of unforced errors. Unfortunately, in game one, Maria has.
And Maria, like we were saying, no stranger to the pressure. She has 2 bronze medals from the 2011 Pan American Games in Guadalajara, 2 silver medals from the 2015 Pan American Games in Toronto. And she's number 2 in the world. And I think some of that toughness is maybe starting to get to her right now. She needs to do something to shake it up. Gary, if you were her coach, what would you tell her right now?
Try to relax. That being said, they're only words.
Yeah.
And just needs to cash in when she has the opening. And she has had openings here. Okay. So there's an unforced error by Paola.
Yep, let's see if she can capitalize on that. Maria did win the Olimpia de Plata, which is awarded to the top 44 best athletes in Argentina. That was just this past year for 2015. And there's another unforced error. Side out for Paola.
Another example, set up in the middle of the court, overhit the ball, and Paola put it away.
There's another timeout now for Maria as she tries to regain her composure against Paola. We'll be right back with more of the Pan American Championships in just a moment. Back from the commercial break, and Gary, you were going to tell us a little bit about these two.
Well, what I was saying is both players were ready to participate after about 10 seconds of a timeout. Timeouts are a minute in length max. Both players were ready. Viva the commercial, so we took the minute, Laura.
Yeah. They wanted a timeout, they're going to get that full minute.
Another example. Great serve, weak return, and leaving the pinch up. And Paola put it away.
Maria's going to take an equipment timeout.
Equipment timeouts are not assessed to the players in IRF play. In the U.S., she would have to take one of her 3.
Oh,
if
really?
she had exhausted all 3, then she's entitled to fix her equipment. She gets 30 seconds to do so.
Yeah, looks like she's having some problems with her wristband.
In this case, according to the rules, if she takes longer than 30 seconds, then the ref should assess her one of her 3 timeouts.
So now
However, she's already used 2 of them.
So she has no timeouts left.
Theoretically.
Now, Gary, you are also an official ref for the IRF, is that correct?
I am, yes.
And how many referees do we have at the event here this weekend?
We have about 20. Most of them are from Mexico, although we have 5 countries represented. Mexico, USA, Canada, Guatemala, and one other country. I'll come back to that.
And that's just on the reffing side.
Correct.
There are 12 countries in attendance here this weekend for the 29th Pan American Racquetball Championship, 120 players. Yeah, Paola looking very natural, very relaxed, and definitely controlling this match so far.
Bottom line, she rarely loses, Laura. Rarely. Coming back to the 5 countries, the last country is Colombia. So 5 countries represented for officials. All of our desk staff are from Argentina.
Very nice. Yeah, great return from Maria. Nice setup, and she's able to capitalize on it and get herself back into the service box.
So earlier, folks, we spoke about the around-the-wall ball. Paola hit an around-the-wall ball. Maria did not take it early. She let it come back to the rear. Then she hit a ceiling ball, which set Paola up off the back wall, and she put it away. The altitude here, 4,500 feet, whatever, close to a mile high, certainly affects the movement of the ball.
Yeah, definitely a factor. I was talking to some of the players. They're talking about how it's faster courts, faster ball with that pen green ball, and the front wall being cement just kind of adds another element to the game.
Not only cement, marble.
Tile, yeah, like a tile marble wall.
This is, in my opinion, a unique court. But in my opinion, not arguably, it's probably the nicest facility in the world.
Absolutely. Beautiful Olympic training facility. There's Paola set in the center of the court, really controlling that. Big skip for Maria, another point for Paola.
So the last two serves, she went with a new twist. She hit some high nick lobs, and nick is a ball that kisses off the side wall. Maria wasn't able to handle those after not being able to handle most of those drive serves. Just a full package from Paola.
Yeah, big setup for Paola, another point. 13 serving 3 in game 1.
Aggressive return by Maria Jose. Paola was able to keep it in play, and then Maria pinched in the left corner for a winner. That's unfortunate. She got a weak return, but she wasn't able to track the ball.
Big swing for Paola.
So from a coaching standpoint, a teaching standpoint, we teach players to return around the wall balls early, and that's what Paola did. Not let the ball go to the deepest part of the court. Pinch winner, overhead kill, right corner.
Maria able to side out on Paola's first game point.
So what she wants to do is gather a little momentum going into game 2. That being said, she now hits a drive serve that's short.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm used to watching the 2 service rule, so this is kind of changes the whole serve.
It certainly does.
And with that, Paola wins game 1, 15-3 for Mexico over Maria Jose Vargas from Argentina. We'll be right back with more of our first quarterfinal here live from La Loma Centro Deportivo in San Luis Potosí, so don't go anywhere. Live where these ladies are ready to start off game 2, Maria Jose Vargas serving for Argentina against Paola Longoria of Mexico.
Couldn't have asked for a better script on the first point there.
Maria taking the first point.
Two great Z serves to the deep corner.
Switching up her serving style a little bit. I like to see her come out more aggressive here in game 2. I saw that with her last night against Jessica Perilla. And so anything can happen. Game 2 is completely fresh.
Not only aggressive, aggressive with control. She's got to control her nerves here. She's had a number of setups, but she hasn't cashed in. And of course, Paola, the name of her game is consistency. Very, very few unforced errors. See Maria Jose talking to herself.
Nice return from Paola on that front wall. I feel like there's so much pressure so many times when you're up there at the front, and she made a really interesting choice.
She hit what we call a Z-ball. And although Maria is going to get her racket on it, which she did, the ball's going to end up in the deep part of the court. It's a great weapon.
Yeah, that was a great return. Now that has to be one of the most challenging things to me as a racquetball player. I come from more of a team sports background, but you have to be your own cheerleader, your own coach, your own everything out there. And so a lot of times you see the players not only talking to themselves, I mean, I'm sure talking to each other, right? Trying to throw each other off that mental game, but
Correct.
That's just one of the challenges, being out there in the glass.
Although in international play, these ladies are part of a team.
Absolutely.
Maria Jose's coach is Carlos Quadri from Buenos Aires, and Paola's coach is Miguel Perea from Monterrey in Mexico.
That is one of the nice things about coming to the Pan American Racquetball Championships, is to see the team environment within racquetball and to see everybody cheering each other on and supporting each other in singles, doubles, men's, women's. It's a really nice atmosphere, and I'm so happy we could be here at La Loma Centro Deportivo.
Thanks for inviting us.
We're going to get a replay on that. Our ref is Curtis Cullen from Canada.
So Maria had 3 opportunities to end the rally. She did not. The last one was what we call a dead ball hinder. They'll replay the point. That's what we call an out-of-court ball. There's a 12-foot demarcation off the floor on the back wall. Anything that goes above it is out of play.
And an error, unforced error from Paola.
One of the few. What she did was she let the ball go. She probably would have been better advised to take it out of the, take it back to the ceiling.
Maria now leading in game 2, 4-2. This is her first time leading all match, so we have seen a bit of a turnaround for her. We have an equipment timeout for Paola, who's also having some trouble with her wrist string. I'm sure that's not the technical name.
Wrist cord, wrist string.
Cord, wrist string.
Safety cord,
Yeah,
whatever you want to say.
Keeps that racket
right.
from flying around.
As Carlos, her coach, said, ojalá, hope that it goes the way it did yesterday with Jessica.
Yes.
See Paola going through a ritual.
Yeah, her pre-serving ritual. Gain her mental focus. Nice anticipation there from Maria, getting her way back up to the center of the court and really reading Paola.
Return from Paola, kissed off the right side glass. Maria wasn't able to track it. Consequently, she shoved the ball into the floor for a side out.
Now Paola never leaving that center court, and I think that really just shows how she's controlling center court right now.
Left side, right side, round the wall, ceiling. She has all the shots.
Nice serve.
the same thing she did previously. She let the ball go into the back, trying to roll the ball out from 39 feet. The length of the court is 40. Again, better advised to take that ball up to the ceiling earlier.
Ooh, nice hands from Paola for the side out. Now, Paola did win gold at the Pan American 2015 Games in Toronto in both singles and doubles. She's also world champion in singles and doubles in 2010, 2012, and 2014. Nice kill from Maria.
Difficult shot, Laura. She was about 5 feet from the front wall, but the ball was right along the right side glass. All these spectators moving in. So what we had there was different serve. Maria Jose went with an offensive serve, a drive Z to the right side. I call that a reverse Z. And they got into a defensive exchange, at which time Paola entered the rally off the back wall.
Nice get from Maria. Ooh, and an error from Paola. Maria really working around that court and makes the side out.
Maria Jose looking at Carlos to see what serve to give. And I'm confident he did not tell her to hit a drive serve long.
So tough with that rule for the one serve. That's got to be a little frustrating. But I guess I'm spoiled from watching the two serve.
Just requires a great skill set from these players. Ball kissed off the side wall. Winner.
The crowd really filling out here at La Loma Centro Deportivo, coming out to watch number 1 and number 2 in the world, Mexico versus Argentina. Coming up after this, we of course have more racquetball. We have Daniel De La Rosa from Mexico versus Sebastian Franco from Colombia. Wow. Got a bit of an ooh from the crowd there.
So our producer, Pablo Farge, was mentioning why these players are playing in the quarters, and the answer is the rankings are based on countries, not on individuals.
Got
you have
it.
number 1 and 2 or number 1 and 3 playing. It's the country ranking.
Really tough to chase down that ball in the corner. Well, it makes for an exciting early matchup here, and I know the crowd is loving it. 2 top-ranked women in the world, and also on the LPRT. Paola Longoria, number 1 on the LPRT. Maria, number 3.
Great pass, textbook pass off that Nick lob. Second bounce was deep, and Paola was not able to negotiate that return.
Of course, we'd like to thank our sponsors for making this event possible. eForce and Penn are the sponsors of the 29th Pan American Racquetball Championships.
Had we had lines people on that call, I'm confident it would have been appealed. From our perspective, it looked good.
We want to skip for Maria. There's Paola's routine for her serving as she takes that control.
So Maria tried to pass her cross court, kissed the glass, and Paola reverse pinched winner left side.
Paola now in the lead, 6-5, game 2. Just out of reach for Paola, side out for Maria.
For our viewers, international play, both the server and in doubles, server's partner may leave their respective zones as soon as they strike the ball, which is different from the U.S. rules.
Of course, we do have more quarterfinals broadcasting live today at 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. We'll have 2 more men's singles. And then tuning in at 4 and 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, we'll have some doubles for you. You can check out the schedule on the International Racquetball Federation homepage. It looks like Maria's going to call a timeout, which means we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back in just a minute. We're back live at the 29th Pan American Racquetball Championships, where we have Paola Longoria and Maria Jose Vargas. I'm Laura McCormick, and joining me with the commentary is Gary Mazaroff. Welcome, Gary, and thank you for joining me.
Thanks for the invitation, Laura. So we're in game 2. Maria Jose has gathered some composure. Kind of what happened yesterday after she lost game 1 handily to Jessica Perea.
Yeah, she's right in game 2 right now, down by 1.
You're not going to win when you can't score from 20 feet.
Big setup for Paola, and she's able to capitalize on it now for a point. That was a quick 2 points in a row for Longoria.
Errant shot, timeout.
Yeah, she's going to use her second timeout, and we'll be right back with more of the women's quarterfinals in just a moment. Back live at the Pan American Racquetball Championships, where Paola Longoria is leading now 9-5 against Maria Jose Vargas.
Great selection of serves. Nick lob left, half lob right, drive serve left. There's the half lob left.
Nice get from Maria. She stretches out. She's able to put it away. Just makes the front wall. Nice. Quick hands.
Punishing her, Laura.
That is tough.
Punishing her. Down the line, cross court, wide angle.
Yeah, really making her run around.
On the run, snap forehand winner to the right side.
Gives her 11 points now over Maria's 5.
Half lob right. She's trying to do too much, Laura. Overhitting, overswinging. Consequently, a lot of unforced errors.
Ooh.
Unforced error on behalf of Paola that time. So gives Maria some space.
Ooh, and a
Whoa.
big skip. There's a point for Maria, though.
Toe ball into the floor. 2 in a row.
And that's how things can start turning around, point by point. Two big setups for Maria, and she's pretty frustrated. I gotta say that. I feel like that physical composure has to really play a large role here. Looks like Paola is going to call a timeout, which means we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. We're back live at the Pan American Racquetball Championships, and of course we'd like to thank our sponsors, Penn. They are using the official ball of the IRF, which is the green ball, and E-Force. I just love that slogan. You want to win or what?
Or what?
And we're back in game 2, where Paola Longoria is leading, but Maria Jose Vargas with a couple points in a row, putting some more pressure on Paola, who just called that timeout. Looks like Maria changing out her racket.
So a coaching nuance, Laura. Paola is used to scoring in bunches. Maria Jose got 2 in a row. And guess what? Her coach, Miguel Perea, calls a timeout. Stop the momentum.
Really wants to break that momentum.
Yes.
Big skip now for Paola, looking a little frustrated. We haven't seen that yet all match.
That was a skip. So Paola came in, took it off the short hop, and rolled it in, not out. Another point for Maria Jose. Doesn't deter her from doing it again. Comes back with the short hop.
Self-talk there for Paola. Wow, nice rally. We've seen some great rallies between these two, and Maria now really gaining control.
That was a nice exchange, as if two tennis players were playing in the net. Volley, volley, volley back. Comes left. Not sure what she did there. She got a short around the wall ball, could have driven the ball offensively and goes back to the ceiling to set Paola up. That's frustration.
That was a lot of power from Paola. And again, kind of just out of reach there for Maria. 13 serving 8.
2 points from earning a berth in the semifinal of the 29th Pan American Racquetball Championships.
All right, this is now match point for Paola Longoria. Wow, nice, smart play from Maria. Holding her off. She did this in game 1, sided out Paola on her first game point, and now she sided out her first match point. A textbook return for Paola. Second match point opportunity for Paola Longoria. If she can pull this off, she'll be moving on to the semifinals, which we will be broadcasting tomorrow, also at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And Maria holding on now, siding her out twice on match point.
Let's see if she comes with a different twist on the serve. Looks like a Z to the left. So that's a safety hold up.
Why is that a safety hold up?
She was blocking her.
Okay.
Now, had Curtis called an avoidable hinder, it would have been probably the right call. Ball kissed off into the middle, and the server has to give 2 alleys for the receiver. Once straight in and once cross court, and she didn't give him. She did not give him up.
Now Paola's third match point opportunity.
And she skipped it in.
That means Paola Longoria defeats Maria Jose Vargas 15-8 in game 2, 15-3 in game 1. We're going to go ahead and hear from the players. Gary's going to take them over for an interview in Espanol, so don't go anywhere. We'll take a quick commercial break, and then we'll talk to the players.